Okay, so you're joining us for a deep dive into Heli Hogu Kaarana by Ravi Belagere. It's this novel, widely known, really celebrated for its emotional depth, its lyrical prose. But our mission today, well, it's to unpack something profoundly unsettling, a connection between the book and the man who wrote it.
Exactly. We're going to sort of pull back the curtain on how this incredibly popular love story, it translates to Tell Me the Reason. In Canada, it doesn't just mirror the author's life. It might actually amplify some really troubling themes. It challenges how you might perceive art and the artist behind it.
Right. Ravi Belagere, he was a huge figure in Canada media, often called blunt and unflinching,
Yeah, they even called him Akshara Rakshasa.
which means demon of letters. He founded that really popular tabloid Hi Bangalore, won awards.
Prestigious ones, too. But his later life, as we're about to get into, was just marked by extreme controversy.
It's this jarring duality, isn't it? That's what we need to explore. Okay, so with that background set, let's focus on the novel itself, Heli Hogu Kaarana. It's widely read. People talk about its intense emotional journey. It digs into love, loss, betrayal.
Through this quite unique love triangle. You've got Himavantha, Prathana, and Urmail.
And the core of it really is Himavantha's deep love, his devotion to Prathana.
Until she betrays him. And that betrayal is painted as the catalyst, the thing that turns him from this figure seen as a god into a demon.
And that framing is what's so fascinating, or maybe disturbing, how the narrative treats Prathana.
Absolutely. She starts off presented as, innocent.
Right.
Only to morph into this deceiver and fraudster. And Himavantha's destructive behavior, it's shown as a direct result, almost justified because of what she supposedly did.
Which really makes you ask, doesn't it? Why does the story seem to let the male protagonist off the hook while all the blame lands squarely on the female character?
That's the key question. Does the story give her side any nuance at all, or is it purely Himavantha's version of events?
Well, it seems to stick very closely to his perspective. Her transformation is shown in a way that basically fuels his rage.
And that's where connecting it back to Belagere's own life makes these literary parallels feel much heavier, quite unsettling.
Yeah, this portrayal in the book, it mirrors something really jarring from Belagere's actual life. I mean, in 2017, he was arrested.
Right. Arrested for allegedly plotting to murder a colleague, Sunil Hagervali.
And the motive the police cited.
Suspicion. Belagere suspected an illicit relationship between Hagervali and his own second wife.
And he allegedly provided a gun, ammo, even an advance payment to a hitman.
It's incredibly dark. And if you look at Belagere's documented personal life, I mean, he publicly accused his wife of infidelity, sometimes using really derogatory language in his own publications.
Wow.
It directly mirrors the kind of unchecked rage we see in Himavantha, the novel's protagonist.
So the book could almost be read as, what, personal catharsis?
Yeah.
Or even worse, like a self-justification for his own alleged plans, stemming from such a similar situation of perceived betrayal.
It's a deeply disturbing possibility, isn't it? That the art is reflecting, maybe even justifying, these alleged real-life actions.
So, okay, looking back at the book through this lens, what does it do to the themes? What darker shades emerge?
Well, given these parallels, the portrayal of Prathana, shifting from naive girl to treacherous woman, it looks like a pretty clear case of misogynistic stereotyping.
And Himavantha's journey, from god to demon.
It sort of normalizes toxic masculinity, doesn't it? It romanticizes rage, intense rage, as a somehow justifiable response to hard work. It implicitly endorses this kind of vengeful action.
And yet the novel was and is incredibly popular. Readers often praise Himavantha, calling him a god or maybe misunderstood.
And that popularity might signify something culturally dangerous when a character embodying that kind of unchecked rage is elevated like that.
It suggests we might be okay with normalizing, even glorifying extreme emotional responses.
Possibly. It blurs the line between sensationalist journalism, which Belagere obviously mastered with Hi Bangalore, and popular fiction, even things like the mention of black magic in the novel.
Right, I remember that.
It just serves to heighten the sensationalism, adds to the spectacle, rather than giving us any real character depth.
So this deep dive really shows that Heli Hogu Kaarana isn't just some love story. It feels inextricably tied to its creator's very controversial life and his worldview.
It absolutely does, which leaves us with a final, maybe provocative thought for you to consider. How much do we or should we let an author's personal life, their biases, shape how we interpret their art? And maybe more importantly, at what point does a celebrated story inadvertently start to romanticize or normalize really destructive behaviors?